Good morning, brothers and sisters. It is I, CmdrAleon, at your service. Galactically speaking, Eddie, everybody coming in here. Yeah, we have a little bit of time this morning on this beautiful sunny day in New England. We'll be on here till about 10:15. So this won't be the longest broadcast, but we will be on here. I'm planning to do a whole show. I'm going to be making a video. We're going to have CE5 night discussions. So one of our nights here during the week will be dedicated to people that have had CE5s or interested in learning about CE5 and what that is. So we're going to do a whole show predicated and dedicated to learning about CE5 and what that is and how you can do. Hey, Courtney, good to see you. Yvonne, Kimberly, everybody coming in here. It's a beautiful sunny day in southern New England here in Connecticut where we are. The sun is shining, the skies are blue, and I am talking to you. That rhymes, actually, you know. And we have a little bit of meditation, ambient music in the background this morning. I decided to put some music in my background. Hey, Guy One, good to see you. H-Style, Bobby Ball Z, Robin West, Clifford Miller. Thank you, Guy One. You should all see the crystals I have in the other room. We're switching a bunch of crystals around hopefully in the next 2 weeks, we're going to get together. We're taking our meditation room and putting it in what is our not meditation room. So there's going to be a lot of crystals all around me here in this particular environment. Hey, Steve Houston, thank you. H-Wag, thank you. White Feather, Gina, welcome. I'm CmdrAleon. I'm a host of Encounters, the #1 spiritual UFO talk show, usually on at about 11 o'clock at night. Last night I was late getting on, but usually on at 11. And we usually have a couple hundred people on my nighttime broadcast. The mornings, since I'm not so regular in the mornings, it's whatever it is. Please share and like. So I don't expect to have 100,000 likes in less than an hour and a half or an hour 15 minutes. So definitely support what we're doing. I'm going to put my goal here. I'm doing the baseball caps this morning. I'm pinning that as my goal. We have 8 baseball caps. I always have a goal when I'm live here. And that helps, support the work I do. Become a subscriber. When you see the subscriber, that helps get us raising money for the Ashtar Command contact group, which is our CE5 group in New England. We're raising money for another night vision 3rd generation military goggle that'll be used collectively and communally with everybody in our group. Wendy, welcome to our program. Light Information, thank you for the follow. We appreciate that so much. Abra, thank you for joining us. Brandino, welcome to the show. Rob91, welcome. Flack, welcome. Mary Lou, there are people probably you've never heard of me because I'm on at night, but I do the #1 top spiritual UFO talk show on social media. Lopaka, good morning. Len, good morning. Rita Sanders, good morning. Joe, Ital, Serenity Select, good morning. Debbie, thank you for the likes. I Love Cats, good to see you. Claire, welcome to the show. Boxing News 2 Days, welcome. User 885, welcome. Albert 15212, welcome. M. Fanaka, whatever it is. Trisha North, thank you for the like. Steve Bauer, good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Holly Morris, welcome to our show Encounters. Trisha North, hey, Down the Rabbit Hole podcast. I've been watching your videos. I think you're out west somewhere. My friend James is going to be with Expedition Bigfoot, and I can't wait to see that. That's going to be pretty cool. And he's traveling. I've been watching his videos. Hey, Chesno, good morning, brother. Hey, Courtney. Katie, thanks for joining us. We like to acknowledge people on our show. We do a show here. We're not your normal TikTok thing where people are having arguments and screaming and cursing over each other because they don't agree with each other. We actually are a professional broadcaster. So I've been doing radio since the 70s in Vermont, where I was originally. And I've been for 21 years on NPR Pacifica affiliated WESUFM.org here in Connecticut, doing a show called Cosmic Eye, Ashtar Command Radio. And I work with the Ashtar Command. If you don't know what the Ashtar Command is, it oversees all the galactic forces of light. So if you're not familiar with it, I'll give you a brief synopsis. They are the cosmic Christed beings of light, the guardians of the light, and they represent all the beautiful planetary systems beyond Earth. So contrary to all the garbage out there on YouTube and on TikTok showing negative ETs, there's another side to the coin that you're not seeing, because most of the either people are just ignorant of it, or they just a lot of the networks like Discovery and History, they don't show you the positive ETs. They always show you the ones that you're normally seeing everywhere. Hey Ray, good to have you with us. Yes. So if you're finding my show, I'm on usually at night, but I am trying to do some morning broadcasts for people. Good. Beyond believing in UFOs, the most important thing to believe, Ray, is that there are positive star people in the multiverse, in the universe beyond Earth, that are here to help our planet. They don't tell you that on Discovery. They don't tell you that on History Channel with all their UFO programs. They don't. These documentaries lack a lot because they don't talk about the positive ETs. But here we do. Kay Smith, my show last night is on my YouTube channel, Ashtar Command Spaceship News. So if you're new to the show, you can watch all my previous shows. I do have a YouTube channel, Ashtar Command Spaceship News. All my encounter shows are on there when I record them. And so I want people to learn about the positive ETs. People get trapped, even the most genuine people, even on TikTok, they show images of negative ETs, and they don't know really a lot about the positive star people. I do. I work with them. I've been working with them before I came to Earth. I actually came from Mars, and I actually am fully activated as a star seed. And Mars is a planet of 10 to 15 million inhabitants, people that live there. Believe it or not, Mars is a living planet. I saw a video the other day. Somebody created something about Mars, how people can't live there. It's misinformation. If you see a video portraying Mars as being a dead planet, don't believe it. It's all lies. It's all misinformation. I don't know where they're getting that from. But Mars is a very livable planet. It has a slightly lighter blue sky than we do. It has an atmosphere. There are people living on it. It exists with teeming with life, very advanced, and also very spiritual. Okay, so DJ whatever, you think it's that way? That's because you're going to be out of here. So I just, being the moderator and the host of the show, I just took B, the DG, or whatever he's calling himself. He is no longer here. The good thing, I do care about my TikTok, so I do take people out that are like that. Yep, we just blocked him. We didn't even mute him. We just took him out. We just took him right out of there. So that's what we do on the show. If we have any negative people in here, we don't even give them a chance, man. Hey, thank you, Chesno. Our moderators, we take them right out because this is a talk show. This is not a debate show. This is not a place for people to clown around. Being a professional broadcaster, what I do, I take seriously here. But we have fun too. Zara. Zara sounds like a beautiful person. We're going to bring Zara up. Again, if you want to be a guest, you have to be over 18, no children. Number 2, no drugs, no smoking, no vaping, no drunks. You won't get on the show. Number 3, no paranormal discussions. There's 10,000 other TikTokers and YouTubers that do that stuff. I don't deal with that. I'm just strictly on the galactic cosmic area, and that's what we do here. We're going to bring Sara up and take a chance here with Sara. And let's see what happens. Hey, good morning, Sara. Welcome to our show. Sara?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Welcome.
Oh, hi. Good morning.
And hi, where are you located?
Florida. I live
great.
About an hour away from Gainesville, Florida.
Okay, and what would you like to bring? I know you have something you want to share with us, so tell us a little about yourself and what you'd like to share in the realm of our format here on the show.
Well, I was like kind of still in a fog until the pandemic broke loose, and then I found out that really wasn't a pandemic, and I don't know why. I never wore a mask. I was bold and brave, and I enjoyed life still, and I would ask people to take their mask off and let me see their smile, and why I did these things I didn't know. And then I started learning here and there of like I always thought that there were more to us than just humans, you know? And
Yeah.
so then I got on like these Telegram groups, and I started like I didn't even know the word meditating. I didn't know what that meant. I
Hmm.
Even though I went to church when I was young, I still never heard that word. And our family really wasn't into church, but they kind of was, you know. And so whenever I was in this awakening spirits, I started just opening my mind to all kinds of things. It was crazy. And so since then, I still am open minded about so many things, and I'm very honored and privileged to be that way. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. Of
I'm
course.
just I'm thankful for you. Like, you know, I just came across you this morning, and you struck
See,
my interest, and
there you go.
I've been wanting a BFF off world. That's what I've been saying. I've really never had a best friend, a human best friend.
Hmm.
My friends were always fur babies. My best friends,
Ah, okay.
backs, you know, like,
Mhm.
you know, and I find this all amazing and blessing, and I can't wait. I just want to meet and hug and just love on them, you know? That's
Yeah.
what I
See,
want to do.
and have you had any encounters or experiences in your life with any sightings or anything that might have drawn
No,
you?
no.
Nothing yet.
Only thing that I ever experienced, I felt like were earth angels. Maybe if that makes any kind of sense. I don't know if they were off world or not, but I had some very uncomfortable
Hmm.
feelings with some other people, and they kind of interacted and took me out of that. So
Oh,
it
the
was like,
angels did.
yes, it was like,
Well,
go
so
ahead.
you've had angelic. So let me explain about the angels. And Rusty won up in that seeing UAPs. You'll be our next guest. But Sarah, so the angels work and come from the angelic world. So most people look at angels from a religious perspective, but if you take that out of the equation, the angels are really star people too. The
Yes.
angels come from angelic worlds. My good friend Athena who's in LA, who works with the Ashtar Command, she used to tell me about the angels. They're angelic planetary systems. Believe it or not, people, the angels have, families too. They have little kids too. And believe it or not, do angels have kids? Yes. Why
Yes.
wouldn't they?
That's
Angels
amazing.
have families just like fairies do, just like mer people do, just like human people do. God created in the multiverse everything to be able to create more life. And the angels that protect you are also beings of light that come from other planetary systems.
Yes.
Breaking news. I know it's going to shake up the religious world, but that's what I do here. Go ahead.
But I was going to say is yes, I never had before. I was always, like I said, open minded to this, but it was like I had an experience at Walmart. This man was following me around. He seen I had a lot of money, making it really fast and short, and I never knew how to check myself out. And this guy come out of nowhere, and he did all the checking out for me, bagged it, and then he knew I was feeling uncomfortable, like he could tell. And so he goes, "Hey, would you like me to take them out to your car for you?" And I don't even, you know, this was amazing.
Right.
Like this guy did all this, you know. And I told him, I was like, "You're an angel," and I explained to him what had happened, and he was just wonderful. But I want to also
Yeah.
say that I also come in contact. Now, I really believe with all my heart that I came in contact with a lower dimensional, I guess reptilian or something like that, like
Okay.
shapeshifter. Like they were in a human meat suit. But
Oh,
what
you and
I
me, too.
Yeah, like that's what I've been told, that
Yeah,
this
yeah,
kind of
yeah. Go
what they're saying.
ahead.
You know what I mean? Like they were disguised.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know what you're saying. Go ahead.
So I was in a Circle K to get coffee,
Mm-hmm.
and I had the really uneasy feeling, like I can sense things, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
when I turned around out of the I turned back, like I turned back
Mm-hmm.
to look, and then I turned back to go out of the store. But
Yeah.
out of the corner of my eye, I could tell there was this guy staring at me, like just like almost drooling like a dog, like a rabid dog. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I
Wow.
knew without a doubt that that was just something not of this world.
Right. They
And
were in a human bodysuit you were talking
yes,
about.
yes, yes, yes.
Excuse me.
But so, I mean, but it's so weird that, you know, and I'm so open. I go out at night. I was homeless for over a year.
Wow.
I'm not homeless anymore, thank the Lord.
Hmm.
But anyhow, for over a year, I lived on this ranch. It was 60 acres out in the woods, and I would be out in the dark, and I never got scared. I just felt always
Hmm.
protected, like I'm always
Hmm.
protected. I loved it out there. I loved waking
Wow.
up in the morning and the fog. It was like Jurassic Park. It was
Hmm.
amazing. And but I am so thankful that I am awake and that I'm not asleep any longer, to know the reality that I have
Hmm.
brothers and sisters beyond this world. And
You do.
it's amazing. And we do have to cipher them out. You know, there is good and bad in everything. So,
But you know what? The thing
yeah.
is, with the bad stuff, the lower vibrational ETs, they're
Uh-huh.
being forced off the planet. I'm working with the
Yes.
Ashtar Command, and we're working, really diligently to make sure that the reptilians in human form and the reptilians in reptilian form are being taken off the planet. They're being forced out. Well, one of the things I would recommend for you, based on your story, I read people's energy when I do
Uh-huh.
these shows at night, because I'm not from this planet, but I am in the human bodysuit, but I am of the Ashtar Galactic Command, which is different than what you were mentioning. So to put a bubble of protection around you, to because you have no fear of anything. I read your energy. You're a person that's going to jump right in there and experience things, correct?
Yes, yes,
I
yes.
know you are. I know you are. So here's the one thing I would recommend to you, because you have a lot of love in your heart. The angels are aware of you. The angels assisted you as you were talking, right, about your story.
Yes.
Connect with those angels. Those angels are star beings from the angelic world. Those angels will protect you always. They will always protect you. If you ask them, say, I am protected by angels. I am a being of light. I am a Christed being of light. And I always do this with people on my show because of that thing with the reptilians. I want you to repeat something with me right now. I do this on my show at night with certain people when I hear your stories. So I
Okay.
want you to say right now, and say it with a lot of energy, and say it with like, you know what? This is who I am. I am a cosmic Christed being of light.
I am a cosmic Christ being of light.
Say it like this: I'm a cosmic, Christed being of light, and nobody can touch me.
You'll have to say it. You'll have to say it with me slower.
I'll say it again. I'll
Yeah.
say it a little bit slower.
Okay.
I am
I am
a a Christed
a Christed
being
being,
being of light, like being,
a
like you're a
being of
being,
light.
like a being of
Yes.
light, and no one can touch me.
And no one can touch me.
I am a Christed, or just say I am a cosmic,
I am a
Christed being of light.
Christed being of light.
I'll make it shorter for you. I am a Christed being of light. We'll
I'm
leave
a
the cosmic
Christed
part out.
being of light,
And no one can touch me.
and no one can touch me.
There you go. Say it again.
I am a cosmic being of light, and no one can touch me.
Yeah, I'm a Christed being of light, and no one can touch me. So what you're
And
saying is,
Christed being of light, and no one can touch me.
so when you say that, do you feel it?
Oh yes, for
You
sure.
feel it. Okay,
Yes.
good. So what I'm doing is I'm projecting energy to you that's going to protect you always from any negative ETs. They will never, ever be able to touch you because you are a beautiful being of light. And sometimes what happens is, because some people of light in the human form attract every kind of energy, including those that are not so good.
Yes.
Now you're going to imagine a bubble around you, like a dome of light. So imagine, close your eyes for a minute. I want you to imagine and create a dome, an invisible dome around you and around wherever you live. Put a dome around your home, and there'll be nothing other than the light that can be attracted to you. Those other beings are no longer going to be allowed to come near you and surprise you or anything. So, do you feel that energy now?
Yes.
Okay, good. I
And
just did a little bit of work on you.
I'm sorry. It's just I have take medicine and I have very short term memory.
That's
Like as soon
okay.
as I think of something, it goes right out of my mind. I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. But
Like
I
I want
just
to
did.
ask you this. I wonder if you know anything about this. I years ago, about I say 9 years ago, I was trying to open my third eye because I was learning
Hmm.
all this stuff, right? And after that happened, I've never had a dream. Like I cannot remember my dreams. And
Hmm.
I am a person that remember my dreams like I was living them right now, like I'm living it. I could
Right.
remember everything. No, none of my dreams, except for maybe three in the last year, very vivid. I can remember them.
Mm-hmm.
And one was my sister and a snake, and I knew what that turned out to be.
Hmm.
I understand that. And then just recently there was a couple other, but they were like snippets. I kind of feel that it's the medication that's causing it, but I was
Okay.
on medication whenever that first happened, so I don't understand why. And
So
is there
the
any way to get it back?
medication, right? So I think why do you have to be on the medication? I'm losing my voice here.
I'm on it. I have
Why is
sciatica, and it
oh
hurts my,
sciatica?
yes, all the way down in my lower leg.
Oh,
So I'm on
I'm sorry to hear
gabapentin,
that.
and I
Hmm.
feel like the gabapentin causes my memory loss.
Hmm. Is there any other alternative? I would. I'm not a doctor. I would seek out a homeopathic person that has maybe an alternative to that drug that will work on sciatica that's more natural, that will not affect your memory. I
Okay.
would say there's got to be some. I do some research. I don't know. I know about homeopathic medicine. I would check out homeopathic natural ways to deal with sciatica
Okay.
and find somebody who's really good, who's honest, and tell them what's going on, and see if you can wane off of that. If it's blocking your memory, that's not good. So
Yes,
you
I.
want to get on something that's being more natural that will help you, because that certainly. And if anybody here knows of anything for sciatica that's natural, let Sarah know, definitely,
Well, thank
because
you so
I
much.
I personally don't
And
know,
I
but
don't want to hog everything. I know there's other people
no,
that
I
want to go
know.
on here. So I really want to thank you so much for acknowledging me and praying over me and blessing me this day.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what the commander does. I do a show
Oh,
here on radio for 21 years. I'm on NPR radio in Connecticut internationally. And my friends on Facebook said, you got to go on here. And this is about over a year ago. And I said, well, I thought it was old kids here, but then I found it wasn't.
yeah.
And I've been doing this professional show here, which is different than any other TikTok you'll see during the day or night. I do a show that is on spiritual UFO areas. I work with the Ashtar Command. I come from Mars. I do workshops where I take people off planet and they keep sort of a journal.
Yes.
I do a lot of things. I'm sort of like a cosmic book here of light.
Well, I
And
am
so
so pleased to meet you. It's so amazing. Thank you for all your work and thank you for all you do.
and we're on at nighttime normally. So join us at night. We're on at 11 o'clock nightly, pretty much,
Okay.
with our big shows at night. So, but definitely, I'm glad you came on, Sarah.
Well, thank you. Y'all have a blessed day.
You too. Everyone, let's give a hand for Sarah. She's
Bye.
a blessing, and I really appreciate her coming on as our first guest. We're going to bring on another person with the UAPs. Let me see if I can go backwards and find that person. There is somebody here who has UAP sightings, and we will find them. I know I'm going down, scrolling backwards. They are in here somewhere. And I know I will see that person in a moment. If I can say, I believe in UFOs. That wasn't it. Let's see here. The person that said UAPs. Let me see here. Where are they? Let me see where they could be. You're watching Encounters, the morning edition. Welcome to the show. If you're new to the show, I'm on at 11 o'clock at night. Don't forget to see me or watch our show at night. And we're going to find this person with the UAPs. Did I go too far? Yeah, I did. I got to go back down. Hopefully that person's still there. Who's the person with the UAPs who's been seeing UAPs? Let's see here. And if anybody has any stories to tell regarding in their encounters, visitations, UFO sightings, we would like to bring you up here. Okay, let's see here. Me says, so you've been experimented on. Who's that for me? And let's see, on and memory kind of race type contacted and which species? Let's see here. I'm trying to find that person. I don't know where they are here. The person that mentioned UAPs, if you're still here with us, we'd like to bring you on the show live here. Have you watched Bashar videos? Del, yes, we have. As a matter of fact, one of the few things I have done, excuse me, is I've actually followed Bashar's stuff over the years. I don't watch all his videos, but the ones that I'm more focused on are his contact videos about 2027. Oh, let me see. Jasmine, let's see. Jamie, I think it is. As a child, my mom was yelling in the yard and pointing up. It was round and with spokes projecting light. All right, let's see if this person wants to come on here. Jamie needs only one more follower. Everybody follow Jamie Summers. Jamie Summers, turn your setting on your TikTok to public. Turn your setting in your settings on TikTok to public, and we can bring you on here. But you got to change it to public. You got to go in settings. You have it set on private. I'd love to bring you up to talk about that story on my show here. You have 199 followers. You need only a couple more to go on live on audio. So the way it works is you have to have 200 followers, anybody out there, to go on audio, 1,000 to do audio and video. The way we work it here is no foul language. If I bring somebody on here, no smoking, no vaping, no drinking, no drunks. Over 18, no kids. Thank you for the hat. No paranormal discussions. There's 10,000 other places on social media for that. And so, Jamie, change your setting to public. You have it set to private, so nobody can follow you. You got to change it. Let me see here. Thank you, Dale. Yes, it is interesting. Yeah, my friend has been taken missing for 4 days, then popped back up. He said it's only been a few minutes. Change your setting. Change your setting. I'd like to hear your story about your friend. That is interesting. I just read your comment. Please change your setting on TikTok. You have settings for private or public. Change it to public, and then I can bring you on. So I want to do a few interviews here this morning. I'd love to have you on here, but you got to change the setting you're on. It's just not letting it. Right now, every time I press follow, I can't follow you because your setting is set to private. Take your time and reset the setting. There's a lot of interesting stories coming here. Let's see. Just listening. But no problem. You can just listen, but you put out there that information, man. So the commander is going to want to interview you because I think you have a very interesting story. She just has to, if she doesn't want to speak, he or she does not want to speak. Too bad, because this is a really beautiful place to share. No one's going to be jumping on you. We'd like to hear your story. I always like to hear the stories live beyond sentences because it gets a little bit more deeper. Does anyone else have any stories and not afraid to come on live? If you're gonna tell me a story here in sentences, beware. The commander's gonna want to bring you on live. That's what I do. I interview people, and we treat everybody with respect. So don't be afraid to come on my show here and talk about it. Okay. We love everybody here, so we will definitely give you. I'm a contactee. I've been contacted when I was a kid, so I have a story, but I am pretty ill today. Okay, yeah, when you feel better, Timmy, I'm going to follow you. I hope you feel better. So I'm following you. We're on nightly, and usually we try to get on in the morning, sometimes like we are now. Does anybody else have a UFO story, encounter story? Don't be afraid, folks, to come on my show to talk about it. You have to have 200 followers, and if you have over 1,000, you can do audio and video. 200 gives you audio, and I'd be happy to hear your story. I know most of my audience would love to hear your stories, so don't be afraid, And while we're waiting for stories, I'll talk a little bit about me. Excuse me. So, hey, Taz, good to see you. Good morning, brother. Good morning. So a little bit about me for new people here, just finding out me and the fact that we have this show here that you probably didn't know existed on TikTok. It does, thank God. There's something real here that's a talk show other than people hitting themselves over the head screaming and yelling and cursing at each other because they think the world is oblong or flat, or who knows what they're thinking, So for me, I came from Mars. I also work with the Ashtar Galactic Command. I've been a talk media person for many years. My background's in broadcasting and media and news journalism. So my mind works in a very different way. I can question things. I can be very analytical, but at the same token, I'm not from here. You might use the word starseed. Yeah, I came here, starseed. If you don't know what the term starseed means, I'll define it for you. It means that I came from the stars, meaning I didn't come from a physical star. I came from beyond Earth. So I starseeded here. I chose to come here. My mission was to come here and to bust the matrix. And that's what I do. I bust the matrix every day, any day, in and out. I bust the matrix. That's what I'm here to do. I'm here to challenge people's belief systems, and I will tear them apart. If they are 3D limited thinking, I will tear it apart. Not because I don't love that person, because I'm trying to get them down to being unprogrammed by the programming on Earth, which is about propaganda, about limitation, about no information, and about keeping people subservient to a system on this planet which is based on control and not cosmic freedom. And I use the word cosmic freedom, which is very different. When you have cosmic spiritual liberation, nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop anyone. And I don't care where you are, who you are, or what you think you are. I don't care if you're the most intelligent, intellectual person that is smarter than I am. You can be smarter than me, but that means nothing to me. Smarts don't mean anything. It's your liberation of consciousness. It's your liberation of spirit. It's your liberation of your whole physical being to realize that you're not from this planet, that you're born here, but you're not of this planet. When you understand that concept of reality, man, you can do anything. There's no limitation. The only limitations are the limitations we put on ourselves, the limitations that we were taught in school. School doesn't teach you to be free and graduate and be a whole person. Yeah, I'm glad I'm out of high school. Now I'm in college. I'm free. No, you're not. You're just going into another system of control. Yeah, you can go to university like Harvard or Stanford or whatever you want to go to and say, I went to Harvard. I went to Yale. I was really smart. And that's if you take your life based on your accomplishments going to Yale or Harvard as an example, that doesn't make you smart. It makes you accomplished in a specific programming field of a university. The university is space. The university is the universe. The university is nothing like what we think it's supposed to be. You think having that big plaque with a degree saying I went to Harvard or Stanford makes you better than somebody else. It's just a symbolism. It means nothing. What really means something is when you liberate your consciousness out of these program books that you've been taught in your universities and schools. When you realize that there's something greater than yourself, that you're not competing against somebody else to be smarter than they are. Who cares about your GPA average? All this stuff on Earth that you have to assimilate into. Let's talk about that too. Recently people will talk about we live on a simulated planet. UFOs, are you mad? Ah, yes, I am. And you are gone. The person said, UFOs, are you mad? I took that person out. My response before I took them out was, yes, I am mad. And UFOs are real. The commander has fun with these trolls and these people. UFOs, are you mad? UFOs, are you mad? See, they don't know that the commander never gets upset. I have fun with these people. I take them right out. Now they're going to say, what happened to me? I'm not here anymore. What's going on? But let's talk about simulation. Because a lot of people, and there's a portion of a society of internet people on social media, people say, we live in a simulation, Commander. We live in a simulated situation. We're like in a computer game. We're all simulated. We're not real. We're just simulated, computerized creations. So all of us in this room, hypothetically, are simulated. Nothing is real. Hey, good to see everybody. Nothing is real. Hey, Mung, good to see you. We're doing good. So people that think we are living in a simulation, wake up wherever you're getting. It's funny how people are so smart, create these ideas about, oh yeah, we're all in a simulation. We're not real, we're all simulated. So when I go out and I grow watermelons, my watermelons are created by a computer simulation. They're not real. When I eat a watermelon that I grow that's organic, it's a simulated watermelon. When I put my hands in the dirt and enjoy growing vegetables, it's all simulated. It's not real. The dirt is really a simulated computer-generated thing. When I look at the sky and I see the stars at night, those are not real stars. It's a computer-generated, simulated grouping of stars. When the sun comes up in the morning, it's not a real sun, it's simulated. It was created by a computer-generated computer. Yeah, it's all simulated, folks. So here, we're going to bust the simulated people. The people that think that our whole universe is simulated. So let's see. God, well, there is no God. It's all simulated. We created God in a computer. So we created a simulated God that we can't see. It's all simulated. The Christ consciousness, Christ, oh, he's all simulated. You out there watching this show, we're all simulated. I am actually a computer. I am not real. I'm simulated. Right? I'm computer generated. I am computer generated. I am an AI system. Right? Really. If you believe that, so I'm trying to say to you folks is simply, we're not simulated. We are real, breathing, living beings. We are real, all of us, and I will bust that matrix. If I hear anybody come on my show saying we're simulated, sorry to tell you, wherever you're getting the information, break out of that program, because we are not simulated. We're not living in a simulated world. We're living in a breathing, living world of many different types of things going on. So get with it. Understand that. Wake up. There's no simulations whatsoever going on. Maybe in your computer, but not in my life. Hopefully not in your life. Okay? So we just busted that matrix right down to the core. Yeah, God exists. God is not simulated. The Creator exists. People from other planetary systems are real. They're not simulated. And we're not living in a little box. Okay? If you think we're living in a little box, you better get out of your box and open it up and cut it up with a pair of scissors so you can actually breathe again, because you're stuck. Yep, Commander is fired up. When I'm fired up, watch out. Talk show host of Encounters, the #1 spiritual UFO talk show. And you want to know why? Because I speak the truth. I don't watch websites. I don't read people's agendas. I don't care about people's religions, their politics. All that stuff is garbage. I'm here about cosmic understanding, enlightenment, transformation, upliftment, getting out of the whole situation that we've been in for so many years. 70 years of cover-up, of lies to the people of Earth about UFOs, about ETs, about space people, about dimensions, stargates, crop circles, mer people, fairies, Bigfoot. You see, I don't take it. I don't care what people think. Well, I do care what people think, but I don't care about the people that think about trying to program people into believing that all these things don't exist. You're the ones that are actually limited in your understanding of what's out there. I find it very interesting on Earth that there are human beings that think that human beings are the end-all, be-all of the universe. Like, I've met people over the years, would you believe this? They think that they are so smart and there's nothing else intelligent out there, that God created Earth and human beings. And God said, I think I'm going to create the planet Earth, human beings on Earth. There's nothing else I'm going to create. There's going to be all these empty planets and universes and galaxies that are empty, but we'll create one planet with teeming with life, animals and everything on it, but there can't be anything else out there. So you have these I'm telling you, with billions of people on Earth, there are humans that believe that we are the smartest thing in God's creation. excuse me, that, and they do believe this. They believe that this is it. This is like, we are the end all be all. Breaking news, breaking news, we are not the end all be all. Sorry to offend those humans who think they're smarter than anything out there and that we are it. There's no way that anything can come here. And why would anyone, and then there's the other people. They say, why would any space being or ET come to Earth? Why would they want to come to a planet where people are like this? And those people are limited too, because they don't understand that there are space star people that are here and have been here for billions of years. We're not the only, current civilization that has been visited. Atlantis, Lemuria, the land of Mu. Before the pyramids in Egypt, before the deserts of Egypt, there were very advanced civilizations that lived in that landmass. What do you think there's a desert in Egypt? What do you think caused the desert in Egypt? Does anybody even go deeper than just saying, oh, there's a desert in Egypt with pyramids? Something happened before there was a desert. Okay? There's a lot of history that we do not know about regarding our planet. Our planet is a planet of unexplored areas. We have things in our oceans, space. We have, I say space cities, or I would have to say, put it this way, in the depths of our oceans, there are space people living in our oceans. Believe it or not, in the depths of the deepest parts of our oceans, there are bases, space bases, of non-terrestrial beings that live on our Earth. There are space people living within our planet in the Agartha network. Study the subterranean cities on the planet, the Agartha network. They can't teach you these things at Harvard University. They can't teach you these things at Stanford or at MIT. Even if they knew them, they would not teach them, because it would break the matrix of what they want you to believe. That's where the simulation is. The simulated society is being created by people at MIT and Harvard and all these places. They want to keep all the graduating students in a simulation. Yeah, become the doctor, become the lawyer, become the scientist, but you're still going to live in a simulated society. That's what that is. Not sure. No, Ishtar has nothing to do with Ashtar. This is where I have to educate people. So cartoon, let me give you an education, because you know nothing about Ashtar Command. I am Ashtar Command. Ashtar Command works with the Christ consciousness. Ishtar has nothing to do with Ashtar. This is the confusion. You've been reading stuff on the internet, I'm sure, about this Ishtar thing. And over the years, I've had to educate people. Ashtar Command and the word Ashtar have nothing to do with your Ishtar. It tells me you don't know a lot about the true command. I am with the Ashtar Command. So I can tell you, I'm going to give you an education. Whatever you've been reading, don't believe it. You're reading internet stuff. This is why I don't read the internet. I've been there. I've read those things. And I will tell you, Ishtar has nothing to do with the space being Ashtar or the Ashtar Command. Okay? I am telling you. So whatever you've been hearing, tear it up, throw it out. Whatever you see on the internet about anything with an Ishtar, it has nothing to do with the space star people called the Ashtar Command, okay? I want you to do some research, or you can learn from the commander, because I work with the Ashtar Command. I will teach you about these things. How are with the Ashtar Command? Can you rephrase the question? I'm not sure. How are you with? I actually came from the Ashtar Command. I came from off planet. I'm actually a non-terrestrial being in Earth form. I've been working on intergalactic communications with our ships before coming to Earth. I came from Mars, which is 10 to 15 million inhabitants. I work with the Ashtar Command, which is, to give you a real verbal understanding, the Ashtar Command is like a galactic United Nations, all the planetary worlds of light. It has nothing to do with all the garbage on the internet you're reading about this Ishtar garbage, which has nothing to do with Ashtar, okay? I'm glad you're asking questions. No, I know you are. So I'm focused on you to help you out. That's exactly why I'm speaking with you, because I know you're interested. Right. Awakening faith. Ashtar is galactic. That's absolutely correct. Ashtar represents the very highest levels of spiritual light. They are what you call the good guys. Not just guys, but you know what I mean. They're basically the positive forces of light that are here to help the planet. Okay? I never met him, at least I don't remember right now. Yes, so Ashtar is also a space being, and then there's Athena, which is his wife. They're from outer space. They have nothing to do with Earth. They are space people. So there's Commander Ashtar, Commander Athena. She and him are married. They are star beings, and they're from off planet. Yeah, there's a rock band called Ashtar Command too, and I've actually been in touch with those guys years ago, and they were intrigued about the fact that there was a space grouping called Ashtar Command. Am I incarnated? No. I come directly as a star seed. So if you don't know what a star seed is, a star seed, and there are many of them, are people that come from other planetary worlds who choose to come here to do mission work. So we have biological human parents. My parents passed away, my human parents, but I came here on purpose as a star seed. So you, whether you believe it or not, you would be a star seed as well, although you don't know what that is. You have parents that are your parents here, but you came here from somewhere else. When you wake up, you'll eventually remember those things. And I know you're just starting to learn about all this. So that's a good thing, and I'm glad you're here. So basically, I came from the stars. I am star-seeded, and I had parents which created me here on Earth, and I've been here doing my mission work with the command for many years. So with the Pleiadians. Okay, there you go, the Pleiades. There you go. That's a beautiful thing. I know a lot about the Pleiadians. Let's see, Sara, let's see, Ishtar's in... Right. About the eclipse? Yes, Sara. So I can talk a little bit about the eclipse. The eclipse, and I won't be on here much longer. I have to get off of here in a little bit. I'll be on tonight at 11 for people that can come on at 11 and you're not sleeping. So the eclipse, there's many different theories going on about what's going to happen with the eclipse. That's April the 8th. The eclipse, I think, is going to be pretty amazing. I think if you don't go by things you see on TikTok, everyone's making videos about the eclipse, and not all of it's positive. Go within yourselves, folks. Don't go by what other people say on YouTube, what's going to happen. These really creative people on TikTok creating stuff about the eclipse, and watch out, what's going to happen. Go by your inner feelings. It's you have to go by, not by what other people say. There's an eclipse coming. Yes, we know it's coming April 8th. Is it the end of the world? No. Is it going to be doom and gloom? No. There are people that are promoting that. Don't listen to that stuff. Really, the commander's saying just don't. Take your time, maybe spend that time during the eclipse to meditate, go within, take the time to connect with yourselves. There's a big transformation coming to our planet, a really major transformation. And if you don't take care of yourselves, how are you going to be effective, and how will you react during that period of time? In the next 3 years, all right, between now and 2027, there's going to be direct contact with star people, meaning people from other planets. Whether you want to believe it or not, it's already started individually around the world with people that I don't even know who they are. They might not even be on the internet, for all I know. They might have social media. They might not have social media. Who cares? They're being contacted. People are going to start being contacted individually around the planet that are ready. And I say the word are ready. If you're not ready, you will not be contacted. If you are ready and you got all your ducks in a row, you will be connected and contacted with your star family, all right? Dawn says, I feel a disconnect from most. I cannot understand people's thinking. That's okay. I just want to help people. I feel it's my purpose. That's a beautiful thing, Dawn. And you do that. Yes, Dawn, vibrations are on the rise. How about me? Laura Keys, 79. Good morning, Ashley. Let's see, I'm just trying to catch up. It's time. That's right, it is time. It's time for people to get it together. I got a story not as interesting as yours, but good nevertheless. We're going to bring David up here. I only have a few minutes left, but David, we're going to bring you up here and get him on for a short bit here. I'm reading people's comments here on encounters. I'm on at night, folks. Usually, I'm also the host of WESU's famous 21 years of talk on WESU Cosmic Eye Radio every Sunday morning. David, welcome to the show.
Good morning. How are you?
We're doing well. And yourself?
Pretty good, thanks. So,
all right. And what part of the world are you in?
Well, I'm currently in Arizona.
Oh, great. Great. We have a lot of viewers out that way. And tell us a little bit about your story.
Okay. I get my dog to stop barking. Samson,
That's
stop.
okay. That's okay.
Stop. We only got a couple minutes.
I got a cat, so I can completely understand. Go ahead.
Okay. So, and you can hear me all right, yes?
Oh, you're sounding great.
Okay, good. So it's not my story per se, but a woman friend of mine that lives in New Hampshire that I've known for 50 years.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely 100% credible. About 4 years ago, she lives out in the woods, basically, in New Hampshire. She's in a very remote location, and it was about 4 years ago. In fact, the anniversary just passed.
Mm-hmm.
She came home broad daylight, and she pulled into her driveway, and something caught her attention to the left. She's still sitting in her car. Her house is right in front of her. Mm-hmm. And something caught her attention to the left, and it was an oblong-shaped craft. She only saw it like for a fraction of a second, and it was in her yard.
In her yard.
In her yard at a 45-degree angle, and she then turned her attention to her house. Now she's about no more than 40 feet from what I'm going to describe to you. Directly above her house, probably, according to her, no more than a couple of feet from her roof, was a craft moving slowly and silently. And this sighting only lasted 5 or 6 seconds.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and there's this craft floating above the roof of her house. In fact, she was afraid it was going to hit her chimney.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
And yeah, exactly. Broad daylight, right? And she said it was, if she had to describe what it looked like, she said it looked like an Airstream, or as big as an Airstream trailer, that big.
Wow.
And it just floated across her roof, and she was gobsmacked, and then it proceeded over her roof to the other side of her house where she couldn't see it any longer.
Really?
Yeah. So she got out of her car and went up to her porch on the side of her house to look out and back to see it in the back.
Yeah.
But it was gone. But what she did notice, the trees were still bare, and so she could see, by her estimation, maybe 4 or 5 miles away, a little flash of light way off.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and the thing is, it was so odd because she felt like she went into the house and she just started, cooking or doing normal things, and it didn't really strike her until the next day. She said she felt like it was as if she was being not really thinking about it, and it wasn't until the next day that the enormity of what she witnessed it actually happened, and she was reluctant to even tell the story to anybody. In fact, I am one of the few people that she's told the story to.
Wow.
And ever since that happened, she says she thinks about it every single day. And
Do you think? And as you're telling her story, I wish she was on TikTok. Do you think that she had like she didn't just visually see it? That even though it was 6 seconds in Earth time, that maybe she might have been. Um, I mean, it's hard to say, but with that thing that low, that maybe she was taken aboard that ship and she doesn't remember.
I mentioned that to her, and she doesn't feel like that she lost any time.
She didn't lose any time.
She feels like she did not lose any time.
Okay. It definitely feels like something happened, though. I think she had some sort of something more than just a sighting. I can't get my head onto it yet, but by your telling the story, I think she doesn't think she had any missing time. She didn't have to have missing time to be taken on a spaceship. She didn't have any missing time. But I have a feeling, why would that craft be so low to her house and she had nothing else but the sighting? There's something a lot more that she can't remember.
I agree with you. There's another anecdotal story about out at her house. Many years before that happened, she was lying in bed. Now, bear in mind, she lives out in the middle of nowhere. And
Right.
in fact, the road that runs in her driveway is very, very long.
Mm-hmm.
I've been there so many times. How long is that driveway? I don't know, a couple 100 feet. So one night she's lying in bed and at night, and all of a sudden her room was filled with light coming in through her window.
Mm-hmm.
Coming in through her window. And she said, "What the heck is that?" She said it couldn't have been a car driving up the street because the headlights weren't even facing in that direction.
Mm-hmm.
But she said her room became fully illuminated with light.
Wow.
And that happened a really long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
And she never really thought much about it. It's like, it was just one of those things like, wonder what the heck that was. And she went back to sleep. So she now thinks that she has been visited more than once.
She has, actually.
Yeah.
And you know what? The ship that was there that you talked that was oblong is the
Yes.
same grouping of space people that visited her years earlier.
That's what she's thinking also. And she's thinking, why me? I mean, there's other houses on the street.
Mm-hmm.
They're all far apart. And so she's perplexed. She's
Mm-hmm.
super interested about it. In fact, she's driving up north to see the eclipse. She lives in
Does
New
she
Hampshire.
does she have TikTok?
She doesn't have TikTok. She's
Oh,
not social. She is not
she's not
social media.
social. Oh man, that's too.
No.
Well, if she ever visits you, we have to get her on with you on the TikTok.
I would love to have her do that. I've been encouraging her to make a report, like with MUFON or somebody.
You know
I
what? I wouldn't even make the report. I think what she's having is I'm getting from the story you're telling. There are light beings on these ships. I'm getting a picture of if you've watched my show before, if you're new to my show, welcome to it. I'm on usually at 11 o'clock for people that want to watch me. 11 o'clock in the night, we're usually on with the show. But I would say right now, based on the earlier story about the light in her room, illumination of light, I think it's the same grouping of space people. I think that she's having encounters with space people that are positive, and I think she's just not able to remember everything that's going on. I think they're in contact with her when she doesn't even realize it.
I'm going to tell her what you've told me.
Yeah, I absolutely believe that to be true.
It's absolutely fascinating, and I've been a believer forever.
Mm-hmm.
I've been a believer so long that such a long time ago that I used to research and look on YouTube, and back long time ago, before it was a thing, I think I had seen every every
Yeah.
UFO encounter on YouTube. Of course, it's exploded since then.
Oh yeah.
Um, but she's every single we talk virtually every day, maybe every other day,
Oh
and
wow.
the conversation about her encounter comes
Mm-hmm.
up every single time, every single
Oh
time.
yeah.
In fact, she even bought a forest camera to mount to her tree just in case something else should appear or show up, and
Right.
she wasn't
That's right.
around. But it's been sitting on her kitchen table for a year. She hasn't even opened the box.
Oh my gosh. So when are you two going to get together?
Oh gosh. Well, let's see. She came down here to Arizona and spent 3 months 3 months with us visiting. Last year, I
Mhm.
wanted her to come out this year, but she didn't. So
Yeah.
she'll probably do it again next year. In
Okay. And I just want to say, Awakening Faith, I see you. She says, I've had several UFO encounters and a few astral projection encounters with galactics. Awakening Faith, I'm following you. Come on my show tonight at 11 o'clock. I'll be on at 11 with the encounters, my regular show format. Come on tonight and I'll do it. And if you like, I'd like to have an interview with you this evening on my show. I do it now, but I have to get off here pretty soon. David, man, I'm telling you, thank you so much. I hope you'll join us tonight. It's really interesting that you're sharing your friend's story. I think she's definitely connected, and I think she's having interactions with star people.
I'm going to tell her that, and I do watch your broadcast, not on a regular basis,
Right.
but I do pop in from time to time, and I enjoy listening to you. I've learned a lot from you,
Oh,
and
thank you.
yeah, well, my pleasure. Thank you.
Wow. And
So
look, as you're talking, E.SKI007, come on tonight. We've had an account in Puerto Rico. It was 4 cars fully loaded and then happened again in Virginia. I'm going to follow you. Actually, E.SKI needs 200 followers. He's got 15, or he or she. Everybody follow E.SKI007. Get him up to 200 followers, and we'll have him on tonight. I'm going to follow you. Actually, you got to turn your E.SKI, turn your thing from private to public, because nobody can follow you. You need to switch it to public. Just to let you know, on TikTok, if you don't switch it to public, I can't even follow you. So when you're offline or something, reset your settings to public, not private. Okay? You have some interesting things, I'm sure, to talk about. All right. Hey, David, I'm going to let you go. And I appreciate you being here and, supporting us. And I appreciate the story. That story is awesome. Thank you so much.
it was fascinating, and it's I still think about it all the time myself, even though I've never seen a single thing.
You will. Well, you know what? Here's what I want people to do. I'm going to do a whole show about CE5. I'm going to be doing a recording to promote it. If people aren't familiar with contact with extraterrestrial intelligence, I want everybody out there to download on your iPhone, on your iPhone or Android phone, the CE5 app, Dr. Stephen Greer's app. It's like $10, and you download it. There's all kinds of information. There's protocols of contact. There's different sounds that are used with speakers when you're out in the field that will attract the energy of the star people and their spaceships. It's called CE5. You can get the app on the Google Play, and I think it's also on Apple for the people. Hey, Star, on Apple with the Apple phones or whatever. It's called C5, Dr. Stephen Greer's app. Everyone should download it. If you don't have it, download it. If you don't know what it is, download it. Read the introductions, the protocol, learn all this stuff. It's going to be your benefit. I want everybody to be able to do this. And wherever you are in the world, I want you to be able to get a group together and learn how to do interactive contact with our star people. And the C5 app will help you be able to do that, okay? Including you, David.
Thank you very much. And I'm going to pop in again another time. And I know you're getting ready to sign off. Where I'll pop in another time and give you her description, her very detailed description of what the craft looked like, what color it was, what shape it was, and other aspects about it. This is also very interesting. And bear in mind,
Yeah.
she was only able to see it for about 5 or 6 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. Definitely. Yeah, definitely do that. All right, everybody. And for anyone who doesn't think the C5 app is worth the $9.99, it is worth the $9.99, unless you're totally not interested in learning how to make contact. But I would recommend it. It's not going to break the bank. If it means, throwing a whole pack of cigarettes away for or whatever, that big bottle of wine that's $20, hold off on that and get the app. It's worth it. And Kimberly McQueen says, I captured a UFO on camera last night. Hey, Kimberly, I am going to, man, I'd love to get you on here. Kimberly, can you come on my show tonight? Can you come on tonight at 11 Eastern? I'm going to let you go, David. Take care.
All right. Hey, thank you, sir. Appreciate you.
All right, brother. Take care. Have a great day. All right.
You too. Thanks. Bye-bye now.
Okay, Kimberly, come on tonight after 11 o'clock. We'll have an interview with you. Awakening Faith, I want to bring you on tonight. Draco, that's not a good thing. Awakening Faith, we're going to help you out. We're going to have to do some Astral Command work with Awakening Faith there about the Draconians. And, it's a one-time purchase on the app for the C5 app, people. It's not monthly. You're just doing it once. You download it once, you pay the $10 once, and you got the app, and that's all good. All right, folks, I wish I could, you got them out. Good. Good. The name of the app, again, is called CE5. If you have an iPhone, you can get it on the iPhone app, the C5 app. If you have an Android phone, Google Play. I think it's Apple for the C5 app and all that jazz. So we'll be on tonight, folks. There's a lot to talk about. If you have any stories and I have not heard them yet, you have to have 200 followers to go on live with me on audio, 1,000 for audio and video, and then you can be on the #1 spiritual UFO talk show on social media. I'm your host, CmdrAleon. Everybody have a blessed morning. We'll see you tonight. Taz, thanks for being here, brother. And everybody just have a good day. It's a beautiful, kind of like a weird day in Connecticut. It's partly sunny, whatever it might be, wherever you are. Even if it's not sunny, remember to envision that sun within your whole being, all right? Take care, everybody. We'll catch you later.